Hey everybody, so the next tool that I'm going to show you is called MyViewboard. Now, MyViewboard is part of the MyViewboard ecosystem. There are a couple of different tools in it, so it's a little confusing to get started. I am going to be making some videos on all of the MyViewboard tools. I'll have those out for you later this week or early next week. But what I'm going to show you today is myviewboard.com. It's the web-based version of MyViewboard. MyViewboard is actually the software that ViewSonic is pushing for us to use with the MyViewSonic boards, with the brand new boards that we have in the classrooms. They're all the versions are slightly different, but I'm going to show you the MyViewboard web-based version today because it has some really cool features that you can use asynchronously with your students. Well, I guess it's going to be synchronous, but you can use these in conjunction with like a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet with your students, and they can edit and have some input on the MyViewboards, and then you can actually share their viewboards with the class. So I'm here at myviewboard.com. I want to just show you a couple of things on MyViewboard. There will be a link once we're in to share the viewboard with students. There are a couple of options over here on the right hand side of the screen. This join a viewboard session is what students will use to join your session without having to sign in. Throw to a board allows you or students to send pictures and images and stuff like that to your MyViewboard software, and then this bottom one, send your screen to a viewboard, works kind of similarly so that students could start their own viewboard and then send it. We're not going to use that one today. What we're going to use today is the one that they're going to use up here at the top in this top link of this. So if you haven't used MyViewboard before, what you're going to do is sign in with Google. It will sign you in with your school Google credentials. Once you're signed in, this is what the board looks like. When students sign in, because they can sign in with Google as well, same buttons over here. Join a MyViewboard session. Here's the throw button. Send your screen to a viewboard. That works so that similarly students can send stuff to your MyViewboard. You can send your viewboard to students. This works great in the classroom, so we don't have to worry about preferential seating and stuff like that in your classroom. The Follow Me has settings, and again, we're going to go into some of the MyViewboard settings and stuff a little bit later on in the week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right down here and I'm going to click Start MyViewboard. This Start MyViewboard virtual classroom is brand new. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. It popped up last week, midweek, so we will be exploring that a little bit through the week, and if it's good, we'll share it with you. Otherwise, use this one. So the Start MyViewboard gets you into MyViewboard. So I'm going to show you around here a couple things. I'm going to start up here in the top right hand corner. Top right hand corner of my screen has this question mark, which is help and support and all that stuff. The I there gives you your profile. I'm connected to my Google Cloud. That would be in the Follow Me settings. And then the gear icon just tells you you're in English, and if you click on the Eyes Up button, it'll put like if you're broadcasting to students, all their screens will say Eyes Up, and then they won't be able to do anything with it. The most important thing up here, though, is this right arrow right here, and what that does is that gives you the join code. You can make this bigger if I just click on it again. Don't click on the refresh button because that will change your code. So while students are viewing your presentation, and this is a great tool to share with Zoom and to share your screen, they can take this code, or they can copy the link down here at the bottom. They can go to that join a viewboard. They can go to put in the code in the join a viewboard there, and it will join them to this viewboard. Now once they're viewed, over here on the left hand side of the screen, It will show all the users who are connected to your view board. You can enable and disable them. That means enabled means that they can actually interact with your view board. They can write on it. They can add annotations and stuff like that in it. If they're disabled, it means they can't do that. The coolest feature here, though, that you might want to use with students if you're using this view board is the Huddle Tool. The Huddle Tool allows you to break your students up into however many groups you specify. You can specify the groups right here. So you could specify to break them up into 4 groups. And then we'll come back to that and I'll show you how that works. And then when you do that, every student group gets a copy of the current slide that you're on, and then they can make annotations independently of each other. You can then come back and share out one of these view boards with everybody in the group through your presentation, and you can see what's going, show them what people are doing. You can enable and disable, same buttons here, enable and disable. I don't have any students in any of these groups right now, so they won't, the enable and disable buttons aren't working for me. And then I can take it back out of that mode and then put it back into present. Real quickly, some other tools down here at the bottom. This resize arrow here looks like moves this around, so I can move my toolbar all around the bottom of the screen. These are Google Classroom tools right here. We're not using that. Kind of similarly to the way that the Active Inspire program works and the Smartboard works, you can build your presentation and then you can put it in present mode. Present mode allows you to embed real-time websites, real-time Google Slides presentations, and other stuff like that. When you're in edit mode, which is what I'm in right now, you can place those things and move them around on your screen and stuff, but you can't really interact with them. Once you put it in present mode, you can then interact with them. The plus button here will give you more slides. So now I've got 3 slides of my presentation. This button allows you to pop up polling for students, so you can say, do you agree, disagree, is this true or false? You can give them some multiple choice questions. These work really well if you prepare slides ahead of time that have the multiple choice answers on them and stuff like that. We'll do a whole separate video on the polling and presentation tools there. This is the button if students have joined your presentation using the join code. When you click this button, it puts on their screens, it'll say eyes up or follow me or whatever you define up here in the gear. Please look up is what it's defined as right now, but you can make that whatever you want. Other tools down here on the bottom, this is the Huddle tool. This turns on and off that Huddle panel over there, so I can turn that on and off. The image here allows me to change my background. I can change it to a color if I want. I can add some of their predefined slide backgrounds and textures on there. You know, lots of different things that you can do there. You can. This is the follow me. This turns on a grid over that, and you can just play around with those buttons and see what those things do. On the left-hand side of the screen, again, you have a move button, so this will move the tools around. You can move them to the top, bottom, left, or right. It went down here to the bottom, and now I've got overlapping toolbars, so I can move that, pull that back, and put it over here. The file icon here gets you save and open, so you can save and open your presentations. If you've connected to Google Drive in the Follow Me settings, it will allow you to save to your Google Drive. We'll go into more detail on that in another video. This magic box here allows you to pull in files, PDFs, Google Docs, Google Slides, videos. You can pull in videos here using this tool, any image, and some other things into your presentation. This mini map allows you to actually move your screen around so that you can see more or see less. If you have in presentation mode, here's how you can, if you're in the Huddle, You can share individual students' slides with it, and then I can go back to my main presentation. So normal tools over here, you have pens, a variety of pens that you can use over here. If you want to change the color, you just click on it a second time. You can change the color. Erase allows you to erase stuff, works just like a regular eraser tool. You can insert shapes in here, and then you can insert text if you want to insert some text in here. You can move that around if you want and put that wherever you want on your screen. These tools are undo and redo buttons, and then this is where you can see all the slides that you have in your presentation, so you can move around. So this is just super quick. Like I said, we will go into a little bit more detail about this app. I think it's a great tool to use for your classroom. We do at this point recommend the web-based app. The desktop app, it requires a little bit more powerful computer than our school computers are, and it doesn't work super well with the boards because it needs a more powerful computer. But the web-based app works really super well with it. So please take a look at this. This is myviewboard.com. This is the web-based version of MyViewboard.